Hey folks, hey all doing, Lloyd here, or Mr. Hats as I'm known as in the VC. Time for another thread response. This is an interesting one. This was started by Gav Axman Spins over there in the UK, and he's just moving into his third year into the VC, so he thought he would start a thread. So congratulations on getting through to 3 years, mate. You got a great channel. Had to resub for some reason. Your sub disappeared off my subs list, so not sure. That happens every now and then, but had to resub to you anyway. So the idea of the thread is to talk about 3 songs that you would want played at your funeral. And as Gav said, if you haven't watched his one, as you get older, life goes more towards death, towards funerals. When you're younger, basically, it's birthday parties, it's engagements, it's weddings, it's babies being born, it's then the child's birthday parties. Later on, it becomes divorce parties, separation parties, and then eventually, I guess, second marriage parties. And of course, yeah, you end up doing a lot of more funerals as you get older as well. And I've thought about this a while, what I would like played at my funeral. However, I do not want a funeral, and I'll get into that shortly. So, being a big Elvis Presley fan, and I think 2 of the greatest albums ever made are Elvis Presley gospel slash spiritual albums. He released 3 in his lifetime. I think He Walks Beside Me, You'll Never Walk Alone, and His Hand in Mine. And He Walks Beside Me I have on CD, not on LP. I think I might have it on LP actually. But anyway, I would, as a funeral starts, you go into the funeral home. There's a big open auditorium area. Well, there is in here anyway. People congregate. The staff are there, saying, sorry for your loss, blah blah blah, all that. Then you go into the auditorium. Usually the coffin's sitting there behind everyone. Priest, pastor, whatever, gives a bit of a speech. Friends, family come up and give their little talks about the person that's just passed. Video show, photo show of the person's life flash by everyone's eyes. And then the body either goes off on a conveyor belt to get cremated, or obviously gets lowered into the ground out there, gets moved on, lowered into the ground at a cemetery and buried. So I would have 2 songs, 3 songs, but the 2 I'm going to talk about first, both Elvis Presley. Not necessarily the songs, but the style of songs. I would want something really upbeat, very gospel-y sounding. I'm going to Walk Them Golden Stairs, Swing Down Sweet Chariot, Working on the Building, Let Us Pray, Sing You Children, that sort of thing. But then I'd also want something a bit more serious, like, You'll Never Walk Alone, His Hand in Mine, There'll Be Peace in the Valley, My Father's House and Many Mansions, Mansion Over the Hilltop, that sort of thing. Depending on the mood, wouldn't matter, but it has to be Elvis Presley. The third song, when they're either rolling the coffin off on that conveyor belt to the big barbecue house, or whether they're driving off in a hearse to the cemetery to bury the body. The song I would have playing would be the song from Life of Brian, as a big fuck you all to everyone that ever knew me. I get the last laugh, and you guys can suck it up, basically. And it would be Always Look on the Bright Side of Life / Always Look on the Bright Side of Death, from that movie. I think it's a fabulous song. It suits it perfectly, and I think people would they'd go from being sad and bawling their eyes out to now feeling a bit more uplifted, having a bit of a bit more jovial time for the whole thing. Well, I hope they would anyway. But I will not be getting buried if I have my way. I saw a documentary many years ago, 15 years ago, Billy Connolly going through America, and he went down, I think he did the whole Appalachian thing, I know, the Smoky Mountains and that, and he was in Tennessee, and he went to a place that's referred to as a body farm, and what you do, They're run by scientists and forensic people, and they're secluded. They're all fenced off with barbed wire, razor wire, etc., and big outdoor compounds. And what you do, you donate your body to science. Usually they do it with John Does as well, but you can do it yourself, and Jane Does. And what they do when you die, they'll put your body out there in the wilderness, and it could be shallow graves. They can put them covered with leaves and bark and branches, or just leave you sprawling out there in the open, and that way the animals get to do whatever they do with you. Insects lay eggs, larvae comes out, you get all the pollen and that from trees and flowers and that, and that's how they work out by these sorts of things how body reacts in nature as to how long someone has been dead out there. So when you see on these movies, or not movies, documentaries, that oh, so and so Jane Doe has been out there for 3 months, they don't just guess these things. It all comes back to how the body reacts with insects on them, droppings from animals, the way they've been eaten by animals, or got weathered, basically, pollen, that sort of thing, grass seeds, and that's how they can tell. And they can tell if a body has been moved there by what pollen is on them and what grass seeds and that sort of thing, by what is around the area as well. So they can say, yes, they were killed somewhere else, dumped, dug up and put in this area here. And it all aids science. Yeah, sure, you can donate your organs to science, but this actually helps science possibly convict murderers, serial killers, that sort of thing. And I'm pretty big into that sort of thing, watching things about killers and serial killers and the way they find bodies. So that's really up my alley. The only body farm I'm aware of in Australia is in, I believe, the Highlands of New South Wales. Excuse me, I believe it's the only one in the whole southern hemisphere also. So what you do, you put you bequest in your will to go to the body farm. If they've got room, they will accept it or not accept it, but it's up to basically you with money you have, assets you have, to get your body over there. These people don't fly you all over Australia to get to the body farm, so you have to make allowances for that in your will also. So I just think that's absolutely fascinating, and when I first mentioned it to my previous girlfriend, she thought I was just nuts, crazy, sicko, whatever. I've mentioned it to Lynn as well, and she's sort of, yeah, right, whatever, but no, that's what I really want to do. That's what I'd like. If it helps science and help gives some sort of peace to the families of people that have been murdered, I'm all for that 100%. And I have told Lynn, if it doesn't happen, I'll be coming back to haunt you, and the Amityville Horror will be like a ring around the rosy play school lunchtime incident if I don't get what I want, and every hat in the house will be moved and stomped on and crushed. So it's quite as simple as that. Anyway, Gav, that's enough for me. You can go and Google body farms yourself. There's not a problem if you're interested in that sort of thing. But yeah, that's where my head is with these sorts of things. So sorry to put an alternative twist on your thread there, Gav, but yeah, it's just my thoughts. Anyone else has thoughts on this sort of thing, leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like what I'm talking about, give me the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. But yeah, I just thought it's an interesting thing, so I thought I'd put it out there. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, all for now. Catch you around, and I don't want to go to that body farm just yet. Bye, folks.